Hey, kia ora guys. Hey, I'm Chris Dore, and right now in autumn, a lot of people are finding things pretty tough on our rivers down south here. Quite simply, these aren't the fish of summertime that are out there constantly feeding. Water temperatures, seasonal habits, migration, spawning tendencies do tend to change their behaviour a lot. And what you might find or might not find are often empty sections of river or empty sections where fish are seen to be sitting dormant, not moving, not doing anything. So what can you do? Firstly, make the most of every opportunity. If you see a fish out in front of you, do not fuck it up. Don't let him see you, don't let him know that you're there before you present your fly to him. Your first cast must be your best cast, and if that doesn't work, your next cast must be the best cast. You can't expect to hit him on the head 3 times, then present the fly beautifully in front of him and expect him to come and eat it. Secondly, they're not all going to eat dry flies, of course. The exceptions are some of the afternoon hatches. Maybe you keep an eye out for spinnerfalls in the mornings. Chances are you're going to have to get deep. Stoneflies. Let's go for Tom's seismic stone, let's go for Simon's uglies, let's go for Simon's iron maidens, let's throw some bloodworms if needed, all with small droppers, because even though you're using these big flies are going to grab attention, they're going to get deep. Chances are most of the time they're going to eat your small dropper. The Doors pheasant tail depth controls, 2.0, 2.8 and a 3.5 are my go-tos this time of the year. Quite often they'll be trailed by a small unweighted nymph too. Now, a lot of people are struggling on the rivers, but they're not considering our still waters and our lakes, which are coming into their own right now because browns are moving up towards the river mouths, and quite often some very big browns. So don't neglect the first few hundred metres of a river mouth. Don't neglect the areas surrounding the river mouth. Don't neglect the weed beds, shallow bays, anywhere where the food might congregate, looking for food, especially as the shallows warm as the morning goes on. Now, I often start off with the dry dropper, expecting to sight fish these fish. If that's not working, I'm going to go for a streamer. Now, as you can see, it's dead calm here today, as it is for a lot of autumn mornings and autumn afternoons. So a floating line being stripped across the surface probably isn't going to cut it. When I consider a late camo Airflo fast intermediate sinking at 1.5 inches per second to get just beneath the surface, but not snag up on the bottom. Pitch it out, give it a second or two to sink, start stripping, or start slowly retrieving. Now you could be using streamers, you could be using egg patterns if you need to in some areas, you could be using small nymphs or small wets as well and just twitching them over the weed beds. You won't be disturbing the surface, especially with a long, light leader too. Now, don't forget your bigger streamers, don't forget something with a bit of colour, don't forget something natural. Why not fish something in a combo? Let's put maybe a bright coloured sort of streamer on the front or something with a bit of flash, and let's put your small natural olive woolly bugger or something similar on the back, and that's probably what's going to grab the fish. Quite often you've got a large expansive bay like this, and there will be a bunch of fish cruising. However, you need to find out exactly where they are, and so something with a bit of colour, something stripped fast, might just push a bit of water, might just grab some attention from afar and put you on the books when otherwise many people could blink. Hey, I'm Chris Dore, and let's get out there in autumn and enjoy. Cheers.